We all know what's going on. We see it in the news. Gas prices have been up for a long time, going on 2 years now. At the time I record this, we're being told that diesel fuel is running out. That we could have a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks left of diesel fuel. And then for many in the country, that's going to be it. Energy prices are going up, have been going up. What's going on? What's the government doing about this? For the most part, little or nothing. That's what we're seeing. It's being blamed on everything from the war in Ukraine to oil companies, gas companies gouging the price and really sticking it to us, really making it hard on us for their profits. That's what we're being told.
While inflation continues to hit people's wallets, falling supplies of diesel could make things even more challenging.
According to data from the Energy Information Administration, by the Monday of Thanksgiving week, that's 25 days from now, there will be no more diesel.
The price of diesel is probably the bigger headline here. Price is absolutely soaring.
Economists say the rise in diesel prices is driving up inflation everywhere.
What are we doing to increase the supply of diesel, given that the Energy Information Administration said as of October 14th, the U.S. only had about a 25-day supply. You have the Northeast and New York already rationing home heating oil. What are we doing to prepare for the winter and to ramp up supply of diesel?
I'll take the question on the diesel because I just don't have the data on that in front of me. So let me take that and we'll get back to you on that.
So what's going to happen then? Well, everything will stop. That means trucks and trains and barges all unable to move. Farm equipment will shut down. There will be no deliveries because there will be no trucks. There will be no diesel generators. And then inevitably our economy will crash.
See, when fuel surges as much as it has over the past couple of months, that's usually when we see a lot of trucking bankruptcies follow.
Diesel inventories, as you pointed out, are the lowest since 1951, and the greatest shortfall is here in the Northeast.
It's the fuel of the economy. I mean, everything. Groceries, hardware store, clothes, everything is shipped via truck and train. You're talking about a profound impact on the transportation networks, the logistics, and it's going to keep going up.
It's not hard to go out and find stories out there where they're interviewing truckers all over the country, and they're telling us the same thing. If diesel runs out, if they don't have access to diesel, our economy can collapse. You're not going to get your food on the grocery shelf. You're not going to get your presents for Christmas. You're not going to get a lot of things. They're talking about jet fuel being too high. Think about when it comes to medical, fire trucks, paramedics getting to your emergency or mine. How about when it comes to the very basics of farmers, tractors, all that type of equipment? Consider what's going on here. The fuel issue is huge in our world. This is not just in the US too. We're seeing this in other parts of the world. Now, obviously there's a lot of talk about what's really behind this. There's talk of Great Reset. There's talk of the global elites. All of this is really worth factoring in. But let's look at what we do about it. Because we can talk about it all we want. We can have video after video, we can have conversation after conversation, podcast after podcast about the problems that are going on. But it still boils down to you and I. We've got to figure out what we're going to do in our personal lives to make sure we can get through these days when this is happening. There's a lot of things that can be done, but we need to figure out how we're going to overcome these issues. I know people have questions. I know people have a lot of fears, a lot of concerns, completely understandable, and we should. This is not our country. This should not be our country. But one of the things that's great about this country, what's great about the human spirit, as St. John Paul II says, that indomitable human spirit that we've all been given, is we can come together, work together, and overcome these things. We can help each other get through this stuff. I want to invite you to come out to a free online workshop that we're putting on November 9th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. It's called Overcome. Free online workshop. You got to go out and sign up for this though. In this workshop, we're going to be talking about how to overcome crisis without fear. What are some of the exact steps that we can take to make sure we put ourselves in a position where we can take on what's happening and, again, overcome it? You're going to walk away from this workshop knowing what some of the exact next steps are that you need to take, regardless of your age, regardless of your background, regardless of where you are in your life. You're going to have some really good ideas on what you can do. Everybody who signs up for this workshop, Overcome, your name goes into a drawing. We're giving away each of these items, this Streamlight lantern and this 240-watt Jackery backup power station. I love these. They are great pieces of equipment to have no matter what the situation, thunderstorm to a power grid down situation. Sign up, brcoalition.com, get your name entered in, and get a chance to win one of these pieces of equipment. Look forward to seeing you there. No matter what happens in our world, we have an obligation to do what we can to be better prepared. So join us for this workshop, Overcome, and let's take those steps that are necessary to help one another. Remember, it's not just about us, it's about those that God has entrusted to our care. God bless and strengthen you, and we'll see you on November 9th.